In Cape, thousands of people gathered at Kanonkop this morning, which is a farm in Klapmuts near Stellenbosch, in protest against farm murders. The city of Cape Town said marchers were given a permit to stage demonstrations, but the number of people gathered has far exceeded what the city planned for. The protesters used Voortrekker Road through to Belleville, Parow, Goodwood, Kensington and the Maitland area, and they've now started to gather at Greenpoint Stadium. Well, we've been checking in with our reporter Vanessa Puna throughout the afternoon as she monitors the movements of protesters as they've started to gather at Greenpoint, where they will end off. Vanessa, good afternoon to you once again. This protest has been well attended across the country, and I think it's because it is a much needed stand against violence leveled toward farmers and farm workers. From what you've been taking in, has there been any pushback or any negative sentiment towards today's march?
Natasha, to say that this march or protest has been well attended would be putting it mildly, I think, because here in Cape Town, what initially was expected to be a group of 2,000 people has turned into what the police are now estimating to be over 10,000 people that joined up this morning from as early as 6 o'clock at Klapmuts along the R44 just outside Kanonkop winery. Now, here at Greenpoint Stadium, or rather just at Greenpoint Track on the field behind me a short while ago, those that managed to get here for the past hour or 2 hours came together, as well as with the widow of the slain farmer, Yobert Conradi. Prayers going out, really just saying that the message today is enough is enough. But joining me is one of the organizers of this protest or coming together, Daniel Breers. Daniel, not a protest. You're saying that this is a coming together of people, of communities calling for an end to violence.
Yes, this is enough is enough. It means genoeg is genoeg. That's our name. And it's a move by the people. It's spontaneous. It started by nobodies. I'm a nobody. I'm just a cattle boy. I'm a farmer. And the girl that started the spark, Talita Bason, is just a normal student. And through her initiative, she started this move. And there was no organization. It was just everybody helping, everybody. So enough and enough is everybody's heart. It's the normal South African, and it's to the heart that we spoke this morning. And this move was a heart because it's a unity ride. We're riding in unity, and that's why we ended here. We didn't go to Parliament because we're not petitioning to people or to leaders or to the government. They know there's something wrong. Everybody knows there's something wrong. But we're coming for every murder, not just farm murders, every single murder in South Africa. And we say God can change our hearts. That's why God will change our hearts. And if 2 Chronicles 7 verse 14, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves, pray, ask forgiveness, and turn from their wicked ways, I will hear from heaven, I will heal their land. So we're standing in unity, and that was a unity ride in order to show everybody that's not what we're riding against, but what we're riding for is for a hope.
Now, we saw tractors, we saw people on motorcycles, we saw people in their bakkies. Are you surprised by the turnout? Because initially we heard about 500 vehicles and 2,000 people. But Daniel, we've seen, there are people still stuck on the main roads coming in from Belleville, not so?
Yes, there's a lot of people still on their way here. I would say it's like starting a fire, and it's not in our hands. I believe it's a move of God, because 22nd of April, Angus Buchan started a meeting with 1.5 million people just coming together saying it's time. And I believe it's time now. I believe it's a new birth in South Africa. I believe it's enough is enough. But the main thing is enough is enough. We're stopping here. But then we're going forward. So the one guy said on his bakkie, genoeg is genoeg. Nou gaan ons ploeg. We are farmers. Every single person, and I'm not calling only on farmers, every single person, your house is your castle, your little house. You're going to start in your own house, reading the word of God, hearing from God, bending your knees, humbling yourself, and then you're going to stand up, take your 2 hands, and do something positive. We're going to stay positive. I think everybody saw today, it was positive. The people along the roads, I just thank everybody, just calling in people, all colors, anybody that says to me this thing was racial or white or anything, must be surely blind, because everybody was so positive. Just putting hands up and saying, putting their hands together and standing, yes, with a widow, but we're standing for a future. So now we're going to plow and we're going to look forward, and every single person, the person on the ground, we're going to change this country, not from Parliament, not from the top. We're going to change this country from the kitchen floors, from the bottom, from the normal person, because the normal person in this country is already in harmony. We are working together, millions of people, and then we have these spurs of people that been, so I believe it's in the normal person's heart. There is goodness, always.
Thank you very much, Daniel Briers. They're giving us a very heartfelt message, I think, at this point, summing up exactly what today's protest action has been about, really, and seeing around me still quite a number of people sitting trying to fight some shade. It's a very, very hot day in Cape Town, but resolute in wanting to stay here until the last of that motorcade or group of vehicles that are still making the way along the highways and byways of Cape Town reaches Greenpoint, where, of course, there will be addressed with prayers going out, the message, an unequivocal no to crime, no to farm murders, and yes to standing together to building a new South Africa. Natasha, it's back to you.
So thank you so much for that, Vanessa Puna, live from Cape Town.